Welcome into the Minto Sports Complex. My name is Declan DeBarb. Alongside me, as always, Brianna Newell. Brianna, a game between two teams at the opposite ends of the table. Two teams who didn't get their 2024 started off on the right foot. The Bishops University Gators travel to the nation's capital to take on your U Ottawa GGs. We'll get quickly into the starting goalies. Starting in net for the University of Ottawa is Lauren McKay. McKay is an impressive .947 save percentage in limited time. This her fifth appearance of the season. She came in relief of Mahika Sarrazin, stopping 25 of 26 shots against the McGill Martlets. Down at the other end, we're going to see another rookie goaltender in Erica Gagnon. Gagnon of Quebec City, Quebec. This also her fifth game. 1-1 record, an .897 save percentage. This her first game of 2024. She was pulled after allowing 3 goals on 18 shots against the Montreal Carabin. The Carabin and the Gators played last night in Sherbrooke, Quebec. The Gators came out on the wrong side of a 4-3 decision. They're looking to get back in the win column here. Are the team third in the division. That one a stretch pass to Jamie Aspro-Potamaitis. Goes all the way on, and McKay will get her first touch of the period. Shifty move there from Maëlle Laplante. Looking to Flo Lassard. Lassard trying to tip it forward into the onrush of Kate McLean, who was mighty impressive the other night. Couldn't connect with her, and Flo Lassard will go to work. Kept in by Catherine Birkby. Birkby, the veteran leader, it'll be looking to her. The GGs have been struggling with scoring this season. She leads the team in points.
Yeah, and Catherine Birkby, always really well known on the forecheck and disturbing in the offensive zone.
That time that was Merriman, her reintroduction to the lineup. This her 7th game of the season. She's missed some time. Went down on the 24th of November against these Bishops University Gators. It's nice to see her back into the lineup. What can we expect from her, Bree?
And I think it's nice, it's absolutely nice to have her back in the lineup. I'm sure her teammates feel the same way. She brings that little bit of offensive threat to the team that I think they were missing while she was out.
That one down the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Both teams went to sleep. That one looking in front. Mo Pepin. That's Gabriella Goodall. Goodall almost connected with Santerre, who's been the story of the division so far. Over 20 points through the first half. Centering pass. No one home, and Merriman will get to work. Turns it over, if momentarily, and it's into the path of Biesenthal, who can't carry it forward. The GG's changing. Here's Turcotte. Turcotte has Santerre. Turcotte a shot, and an easy save there from Merriman.
That was one of the weirder sequences we've seen. I mean, I said this, I think, during the men's game last night as well. Lots of weird sequences, but that one, Mepham goes down. Gigi's wanting a call, don't know what's going on. You have Greg Bulls on the bench there wanting an explanation of why the hand was put up for an icing and then taken down. You know, what a weird opportunity there for Bishops, but, luckily for the GGs, Bishops was not able to capitalize, and you see Maud Pepin, who's kicked out of the face-off dot.
Very weird circumstances here to start this one. So if you thought RSEQ hockey was gone in 2024 after what was a relatively calm game against the McGill Martlets, as that one is shot on, McKay swallows it up. Well, welcome back. It's back. There's a little bit of spontaneity, a little bit of a weirdness in this division, and that on show there.
And only not even 2 minutes into the game. I mean, I don't even know what to expect anymore.
Face off to the right of McKay. Face-off won by Bilodeau. Mo Pepin was in the draw. Has been fantastic so far this season. That one a shot on that McKay is equal to. It was Nelly Vigneault-Sargent on the spin. She was taken down wanting a call, and nothing came.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was Vigneault-Sargent who went down, and Krasinski got actually very lucky with her whack there. You could have called it a slash, you could have called it a trip, whatever the officials wanted, but instead they chose to not pull out their whistle for that one.
Birkby tossed from the draw. Kate McLean will come in. And McLean, the winger, wins the draw. It's rung around the boards. Lassard can't beat Johnson there. Johnson down low, looking for Pepin. Pepin falls over. Birkby looking to start to center, harassed by Vigneault-Sargent. The GGs really struggled on the breakout. That one awkwardly off the boards and couldn't get all the way down the ice. Noemi Garneau. Nice move by Garneau under the check of the Clarkson University transfer. Maëlle Laplante back to collect. You'll notice only one Laplante in the lineup. Amelia Laplante has sadly moved on from the program, but Maëlle Laplante still in as that one's up to Flo Lessard. Lessard over the line. She'll try and generate a shot. It's blocked by Garneau. Fontaine can't connect with Joelle Gagnon, and Cameron Johnson will circle back around. Bjorkfjord dumps it down. Marianne Minville, who only her 4th game as McKay hits the ice. And a chance now for the Gators.
And that was a huge miscommunication there between goaltender McKay and her defensive player Minville there. And like you mentioned, Minville just starting to get back in the lineup after an injury. So, a bit of timing, but there was zero communication there as Reedman took down McKay.
And Minville was limited.
Oh, sorry, Minville
was limited in shifts in the first
yeah.
half. And in the first period last night, a good hustle there from Merriman to negate the icing, if only to hold the play momentarily. Here's Aspero Potamaitis. Staring down Krasinski, she loses the handle, and Alyssa Biesenthal, who's having a disappointing campaign by her lofty standard, starts back the other way, dumps it in, and Jade Todd off the bench will hustle down low, trying to cut in front. Couldn't connect with Biesenthal. Back to Aspero Potamaitis, looking center, and Bolduc had a chance to go the other way. The GGs were changing. Maëlle Laplante, offside waved off. They'll say Molly Hyenton had come in at the same time, but another miscommunication. Long shot on, no problem there for Gagnon, and she'll freeze it up.
Yeah, there's been a few different miscues happening here. Just most recently that one for the offside where I thought it was offside, but then they waved it. It was a little confusing. Hey, it's not out of the norm of what we've seen here, like you said, in the RSEQ. And just wanted to mention as well, Biesenthal having a bit of a slower campaign. And even tonight, I'm expecting her to go and skate a little bit harder than what I've seen so far. And it makes you wonder if there's something going on there. But, she needs to pick up the pace, I think, a little bit there. She's such a part of the offense for the GGs.
5 goals, 2 assists, so she's having a good season overall, but last year, a career year, over 20 points for her, playing alongside Abigail Malotny and Jade Todd. The two of them have been split up, though. Jade Todd back on the line, and a big sign of confidence here shown by Jen Wakefield and Greg Bowles to put Kara Merriman back alongside those two. So I think that's where we can expect the offense to come from. We've seen a pretty hard match between Maude Pepin's line and Catherine Birkby, though Birkby out here playing against Santerre. A lot of threats on this Bishop's University Gators lineup, and here's Santerre, as I mentioned. A lot of points for her. It's 18 assists through the first half, 7 goals to complement the transfer from the Cégep system. The star transfer from the Cégep system reunited with Maude Pepin as she tries to look back the other way. Disrupted by Reese Meffam. Meffam will go back, stop up under the watchful eye of Santerre. And then a turnover almost by, that was Meffam. Here's McLean. McLean tries to put the moves on Rousseau unaware, but the puck never going in the direction of goal. Pepin back the other way, no slouch for her. 12 goals, 5 assists. Leads all Gators and the conference in goal scoring. Centering past that one.
It was a good job by
Reagan
Kaloff.
Garneau.
Sorry, I was going to say it was a good interception there by Kaloff as she skates it up the ice herself.
Centering past that one, looking for Molly Hyenton, the transfer from the NCAA. Doesn't quite come off for her. It was a quiet first game, but early signs right away. It's the defensive surety that they signed her for. She played over 100 games in the NCAA, come up to finish her last season here at the University of Ottawa, back in her hometown. Chance now. Touch Pepin. Put the moves on, and that one a backhand shot that McKay is equal to. Much better skating here from the GGs through the first 5 minutes. They were by far the slower team against the Miguel Martlets as there's Biesenthal hot off the bench. Looks up, looking for a teammate. She had no one. Merriman. Watch her edge work. She's such a fantastic skater. That one looped up and almost looped into the net. An awkward little play. It hit the top and will fall the way of Jade Todd. Todd, calm as you like, onto Angie Prue. Bjorkfjord touched forward in the feet of Christelle Fontaine and out of the reach of Cameron Johnson. Good reading of the play by Maëlle Laplante. Another GG rookie who's having a fantastic season. The GGs love to recruit those defensemen out of the CEGEP system that come in. They play with a lot of flair, a lot of intensity, and not afraid to jump up. This time a turnover. Russo forced to slow her roll. She would have been offside. Mepham can't quite connect with Todd, who's at the end of a long shift. Paget walks around to Gigi's Aspro. Potamaitis in the middle, and that one a shot she didn't get all of. Behind McLean, and Russo will recycle.
And it was a good back check there actually by J-Tide as she picked up that errant stick when the pass had come across. So good defensive play there.
Reese Mepham, she's seen a lot of action early on. She'll be relied upon. Reese Mepham, sorry, no. Still brushing off those Christmas rust. It's Kathleen Reedman who's out of the lineup tonight for the University of Ottawa. She's played every minute of the season so far, and she's out as that one goes the length of the ice for icing.
And the thing is, too, Reedman is a steady defender. She has experience. She has good hockey IQ. You know, she's definitely a big part of the defensive core for the GG. So to be missing her tonight, you know, the other individuals are really going to have to pick it up.
Here's Reese Mepham. The GG's defensive line finally at full health for large stretches of the season. They've been battered and bruised. We mentioned the absence of Ariane Minville. Maya LaPlante missed some time as well. So it's been a battered and bruised lineup. It's been part of the struggles. Keep in mind the GG's changed their coach midway through the season. It's been a season of transition as Kaloff picks it up behind the net. Obviously, big congratulations to Stephanie McYo, who's down coaching with Boston in the PWHL. It's that one trying to fight in front of the net. Here's Santerre. Twisting and turning. She's watched the whole way by Angie Prue, and Prue able to get the stick on her. Turcotte can't get past an on-rushing GG's defender, and Kylie Lalonde will skate forward and into the bench. Bob Bose, the GG's equipment manager, has been the target of some pucks this season, and that one another shiner that he'll get from the GG's defenseman.
He really is. I feel like he should be wearing a helmet on the bench considering how many pucks have found him. But it was a good defensive play that we just saw there as well. Good battle by Prue, and it was helped out by Ariane Gagnon as well as Kaloff.
That one to the front of the net, and Nelly Vigneault-Sargent has been so dangerous against these GG's, stoned by McKay. The rookie goaltender from Richmond, BC has been steady early on.
And that was a huge stop there. She was coming across, and she had to stick out her right pad. And good job by the GGs tying up their players that there was no opportunity to get a whack on the rebound.
Oh, a hefty collision. The arms will stay down. The Bishop's Gators travel in good numbers. Noemi Garneau slow to get up. A shot and a save by McKay. The GG's lucky to get away with a penalty. That was a cross-check, an awkward play for Garneau that caught her up high.
Yeah, it was. The thing is, too, we see it up here as a hit to the head, a bit of a cross-check. The problem is, too, Garneau was already falling by an earlier collision. So I think it was the right call, honestly, to keep the arms down. But we've seen in past games where that would absolutely be called a head contact penalty for 4 minutes, probably. So
rung around, Merriman waits and almost got beat there. They'll turn it over, but a chance now back the other way. Alyssa Biesenthal harassed the whole way by Christelle Fontaine. The arm goes up. We're going to get the first power play if she doesn't score. And it's a nice save by Erica Gagnon. The GG's power play will go to work. A good rush there from Alyssa Biesenthal.
Yeah, it was a good job there by Biesenthal. And I'm not sure who the Bishop's defender was there on the point when it originated in the GG zone, but because they kind of pinched, they stood on the blue line, they missed the puck. It allowed Biesenthal the opportunity to pick up the loose puck, go down on a rush, and then the back check was just not keeping their feet moving. So that's what ends up with the hooking call there and the power play opportunity for the GGs.
Christelle Fontaine goes to sit for 2 or less. The GG's power play has been lower ranked this season, operating at 12%. Nice play there from Minville to keep the play alive. Merriman, Angie Prue, and she just couldn't get the angle on it. Back to the point, Merriman. This is where they've missed her. 3 points in 6 games, 2 of which on the power plays. That one a shot stood up and blocked by Paget.
I'd say the same of Ariane Minville too. You know, we had seen her before quite a bit on the power play. She's very smooth with handling the puck. She's very mobile across the blue line as she's moving around and trying to find the open lane. And, you know, definitely have been missing that as well, whether it's regular play or power play.
Good hustle there from the GGs to keep the puck in the zone. Minville gets to walk the line again. as you said, so confident. But this Gators power play is quite good. The second best in the division. Just moved around to Angie Prue, almost a touch in front by Bilodeau. Good switch here from the GG's. Merriman puts a move on. Kira Merriman trying to find the angle. She'll take the scenic route. Pass in front, and Prue stick not on the ice. Merriman, Minville. Merriman wants it back. Looking for an angle, a dangerous pass. It's deflected by Bolduc. Calm play by the GG's. Merriman, a puck she doesn't get all of, and down the ice. It will go on the second opportunity. Nelly Vigneault-Sargent will go for a skate. Bilodeau harasses her the whole way with 52 seconds left. Vigneault-Sargent just going to go for a nice long skate. She's still on it. Bolduc. Duck had a chance to go backwards. She's still on it. The GGs can't get the puck. And finally they do. They killed a good 45 seconds off. It's GG's power play operating at 12.9% on the season. 4th in the conference. Biesenthal, it's in off her pads, and Clavel hustles to get there first. A collision between Paget and a good step up by Maëlle Laplante. Knocks it in the air. It's kept in. Biesenthal, Clavel going to the net. Off to Clavel, and a good save there by Gagnon. Gagnon comes out, makes herself look big. And that's the biggest stop of the night.
I was going to say, that was a huge stop there for Gagnon for her team. And, you know, it was a bit of a good defensive play by Johnson as well, as she was there as kind of a presence to help deter. But, again, did not get much on it there. It was really Gagnon that was the big one.
Laplante. Maëlle Laplante. Clavel. Turcotte will step, or sorry, Christelle Fontaine will step out of the boxes. That's a high shot by Clavel. Clavel can't hold the line, but good job getting a stick out there from the on-rushing Santerre. That one, a long shot on net by Maëlle Laplante. Another save by Gagnon behind the net. You saw the GG's men's hockey team. They were in action last night. Came out on the wrong side of a decision against the Concordia Stingers. 4-3, that one right here. Brianna and Ty were on the call. Lalonde touches it on to negate the icing. Berger Dubé pins the puck up against the boards. 8 minutes, 15 seconds through a fast-paced first period here at the Minto Sports Complex. Nothing to separate the two teams. Santerre looking for Pepin. The two of them have been GG killers. 8 points in the 2 games the GGs have played, and that one icing.
And you can hear some of the Bishops fans not liking the icing call. I mean, I understand there was a lot of confusion early on some other calls, so maybe they were thinking it was going to be waved off too, but sorry guys, that was absolutely an icing.
Face off lost by the GGs as Pepin backhands it in the direction of Turcotte, and Laplante will hold the line. Much better we've seen from the GGs tonight, as we saw last weekend, where they really struggled to generate any zone time. That one a high shot from Berkby that was never going to challenge Gagnon.
And again, though, back to the last game that the GGs had played here at the Minto Sports Complex. It was their first game after the Christmas break, coming back. There were a couple of changes over the holidays as well. So it does take a game sometimes to get your timing back, shake the rust off, and you know, you come out better the next game.
GGs made a coaching acquisition in the break. Hanna-Rika Turpinen joins the GG's bench. He's taken over the defenseman from Greg Bowes. That one rings around, and Clavel will get there first. There's a lot of new faces. We're yet to see one of the GG's new recruits from, this time, the University of PEI. That's Sydney London, another player who's come home to finish off their career. Michaud, haven't seen too much of her, and whistle, not quite sure what that's for. No box will open, so we'll just come down and get a face-off in the GG zone. An offside call. Hammered around by Minville, and Cameron Johnson will hold Jade Todd there. Chip forward into an area. Merriman will give it her best college try, but Garneau beats her there by a mile. Good hustle by Merriman to stay on Garneau. Good all. One of a few Ottawa area products. So that one's chipped in, and Nelly Vigneault-Sargent will get there first. A couple of bodies hit the ice. It comes to an area. Sent in front, and that was Reagan Garneau, second year from Carleton Place, who wasn't able to score in front of her hometown.
And again, Garreau was one of two Bishops players, actually, that was just by herself. Two GG's players were on just one Bishops, and then Garreau kind of snuck in behind there.
LaPlante. Kate McLean calling for it. McLean heads to the net. Birkby, a shot that didn't generate a rebound.
And I feel like Birkby coming down the left side was a poor angle shot. I want to feel like she was trying to aim for that outside pad because she had Kate McLean streaking towards the net, or she was maybe trying to just hit her there for a nice little tapping, because, I mean, that was absolutely an option.
Kate McLean still looking for her first goal this season, just the lone assist for the veteran player. McLean, though, so important to the way that the GGs play overall. Hustler, she's not afraid to get into the dirty areas, and here she'll step in, can play a little bit of center, and steps in and wins a scrambled draw. Turcotte spun around, and we'll get it to Santerre. We're really yet to see a flash of the rookie. Rousseau steps up, and Maëlle LaPlante does the smart things and rings it around. Heavy collision there from Florence Lessard, but she gets the puck out of the zone and thought about a change. Back the other way. Turcotte trying to find Santerre, who's all alone at the back post.
I was going to say, good job by Prue taking Santerre as she recognized she was streaking towards back door.
Santerre trying to twist, finds Turcotte. What a pass by Santerre. Gigi's chance the other way. Can she find Kate McLean? Flo Lessard at the end of a shift will elect to just make the smart play and dump that one down the ice. Erica Gagnon leaves it behind. Couple of Gagnons dressed tonight. Erica and Jolie for the Gators, and obviously Ariane Gagnon for the University of Ottawa. Fontaine, nice move to the backhand. And then that one, a long shot into the corner. 4 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. Here's Kaloff. Gonna go for a skate. Up to Clavel. Clavel trying to find Kaloff, and Gagnon will swallow that one up.
That was a good play there by Kaloff. She came around and used the net to basically lose the forward checker. And we always talk about that as defenders, is being able to cut the net so that you're coming up the middle and you have passing options, you have skating options, and that's exactly what Kaloff did to create that rush opportunity for the GGs. Even though it did not result in anything, it was a great play.
Aspropotomitis can't get past Reese Meffam, who holds the line.
And a good job by J. Todd backing Meffam up, on the blue line.
Well, Duck will twist and turn and find a little angle. Merriman can't hold the line, but sends it right back where it came from. Cameron Johnson. Merriman for the GGs. She hits the ice. Back up and on it again. Todd, she looks for a shot through a crowd, and that one saved by Gagnon.
And never a bad thing to put a shot on net, don't get me wrong, but J. Todd did have Minville, who was on the right side, a little bit in the slot area, but off to the right, and she was actually calling for that pass there. Could have been a better angle to shoot at.
Birkby line out here once again for the University of Ottawa, trying to hold the offensive zone time. The GG's hard pressed, and we mentioned it last time, is here's Aspropotomitis. It's Ariane Minville who misplaced the puck. Aspropotomitis, and a good hustle back by Catherine Birkby.
Good job by Catherine Birkby hustling back, but also getting that stick in and just knocking the puck away.
Bolduc twist fires, and that one knocked down, and here's Paget. Birkby on it again, just disrupted what would have been a golden opportunity. Touched into the zone by Kate McLean, and then looked up and saw a face full of Reagan Garreau. And here's Garreau. She has a step. One goal in this building, a very important one, is that one's kick save by McKay. Garreau scored the game-tying goal in that game that went to the 7th or 8th round of shootout. That one, a hook. And Gabriella Goodall will look to the heavens. GG's back to the power play. holding the call.
And I mean, that was absolutely a call. You basically spun Kate McLean completely around.
GG's their second power play opportunity of the night. Gators penalty kill operating at 83.1% this season.
Well, again, this is GG's second power play of the game so far. 3 minutes left to go in the first period. You really need to get a goal here. Need to capitalize on the opportunities.
Turcotte almost off to the races. The Gators fans want a penalty, nothing coming. The GGs will look to reset. Prue walks the line and gets it over, a big collision. Turcotte just taking her frustrations out on Angelique Pruitt, cut across the front, cut across the top of the zone.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I was actually surprised that was not a call. That was a nice body check, to be honest.
There's Merriman. She'll take the Highway 7 and is bumped down. It comes to Maëlle Laplante. 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go in this first period. Nothing to split the two teams. Merriman, a shot through a crowd. It never made it on net. But that's that release that we were talking about. Such a dangerous player.
And good job by Laplante there, gloving it down to keep it in the zone.
Merriman tried to put the moves on. Biesenthal back to Laplante. Minute to go in the Goodall penalty. Down low, nice pass. Clavel back to Laplante. Shot through a crowd, deflected by Birkby and smuggled away at the last moment.
Nice shot though there by Laplante, and good traffic by the GGs in front.
Laplante over the line and a clapper, and a nice save by Gagnon.
See, in that play right there, Laplante, you're coming up with the puck. You're on a power play. You're gaining entrance into the zone. That's great. Gain entrance into the zone. Allow your teammates to come in with you. Set up. Do a delay. Just keep the puck. There was no need to rush on that.
40 seconds to go in the Goodall penalty as that one sent the length of the ice. McKay will settle it down, and Kaloff goes back to set things up with 30 seconds to go. Clavel. This GG's power plays look good at times, and it's significantly better than it was last season when it finished the season at 8%. But missing finishers in Abigail Malotny and Vicky Harkness has been hard for the University of Ottawa.
Oh, it's a little bit the finish. I think it's also just the veteranism in a way. I'm not quite sure, but it's lacking a little bit of patience. And again, that last example of zone entry. Oh, and then we get another penalty. Kate McLean just really drawing penalties here tonight.
Her penalty differential will go through the roof here, and the GGs, who waited until the dying embers of the game against McGill to get a single power play, here has 3 before the end of the first period.
I remember that, yeah. But again, just to finish the thought, this is now your 3rd power play. Patience is so key. Patience, but also playing with urgency. And again, gaining zone entry and setting up is basic. Coming in, taking a slap shot, coming in, trying to dipsy doodle through players, that's not how you go and set up on a power play.
Good hustle by Kaloff to win it back. Turcotte forces it down, and that one down the length of the ice with 36 seconds left to go. A chance to get back the other way for the University of Ottawa. This power play will be segmented by the intermission, and that one turned over to Turcotte, who gives it right back to Biesenthal. 3-on-1. Alyssa Biesenthal looking for the pass, and well played by Marie-Camille Théoret. That one just sent on, and with 15 seconds to go in the first period, the GGs have an all-important face-off.
Yeah, and again, you have 15 seconds, absolutely enough time to do up a face-off play, get a shot on net, maybe generate a rebound, get some traffic.
Bilodeau, the GG's best face-off player by quite a long shot, comes out here to win the draw, and then she's tossed. Flo Lassard goes in. She'll go into the bumper slot.
I would say Birkby as well, though, a very strong face-off individual, as we see Merriman coming in to take it.
Draw lost, but the GGs come out with the puck. 10 seconds to go. Can they work something? Prue not on the same page. Bilodeau with 5 seconds. Rushes over. Minville, a chance for a shot. Through a crowd. It's loose in front and hacked out of the zone. A late flurry of chances for the University of Ottawa, but that'll do it through one. Both teams go into the period even. The GGs have 3 power plays with nothing to tell. Brianna and I will be back in just a moment's time to wrap up the first period and get you all set for second period action here at the Minto Sports Complex. Don't go anywhere.
yank it off.
Welcome into the Minto Sports Complex. Declan Barb, Brianna Newell, getting ready to get you all set up for the second period of action. And Brianna, it was an eventful first period, but no goals to write home about. Both teams playing a relatively good game, but it's still at zeros, largely in part thanks to the goalies. We'll talk quickly about Erica Gagnon, who's only playing her 5th game of the season. The numbers not as nice for her when you compare it to Lauren McKay, but she's been stellar tonight, has the product from Cégep Limoilou.
Yeah, Gagnon's made some absolutely phenomenal stops. One of them was maybe about halfway through the first period on an opportunity from the GGs, and she came up really strong. She came out far out of her crease, made herself big, as you had mentioned during the first period broadcast, and made sure that she was cutting down those angles so that there wasn't really much to shoot at all. She's been steady. She hasn't looked shaky. She's looked very calm, actually. I'm pretty impressed.
Very different from the goalie that we saw play here to start the season against the Gators, a goalie who was giving up quite a few rebounds. The rebound control has been quite good here tonight. And down at the other end, Lauren McKay thrown into the net. Her 5th start, the product from Richmond, BC. And she's been absolutely stellar since coming in relief of Mahika Saracen last night.
Yeah.
Or sorry, last weekend.
Yeah, and I was going to say, same kind of thing. You know, it was an eventful first period, but it also wasn't an eventful first period, if I can kind of say it like that. But McKay made the stops that she had to make, basically. One was extremely good, where she was sliding across the crease towards her left and still managed to get a right pad save there and managed to kind of have the rebound go away from, like, harm's way, I would say.
Yeah, it was a fantastic play by both goalies, but the offenses haven't come to answer. We'll talk a little bit about Bishops, and then we'll get to the GGs, but Santerre and Pepin have been completely shut down tonight between the two of them. They have over 30 points, over 40 points so far through the first 14 games or so. How do the Gators get their star players going? Because that'll be the key to their success.
I mean, I think part of it is they still took a bus ride here, and that's always my biggest thing. You're taking a bus ride to a game, you're going to have bus legs usually for the first period or so, unfortunately, unless you do about an hour warm-up. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. And so I think to get them going, maybe even doing a little bit of a dump and chase. You have a couple of GG's defensemen that are not that quick foot speed-wise, so having to make them pivot from backwards, skating forwards, or going back and getting that puck when you have someone like a Santerre who's quick, utilizing that, leveraging, exploiting the GG's weakness there.
Santerre, she's shown flashes, but yet to really put her imprint, has the rookie all-star, the almost guaranteed rookie player of the year in the RSEQ. But we'll turn back to the University of Ottawa. Carrie Merriman playing in her 7th game of the season here tonight. She's been pretty good at points, and I think that she'll be the key to the GG's offense. But what do the GG's got to do to assert themselves to get the first goal of this game?
So there's a couple things. I mean, GG's have now had 3 power plays. We'll see the remaining power play as we start the second period. Always hard when it straddles an intermission to kind of get that momentum going. But, 3 power plays, let's say. And at the end of the day, one of my biggest annoyances, I shall say, as a former player, especially when you're up by a person, man advantage there, do not make all your efforts to skate the puck up so beautifully, get to the blue line, gain entry to the zone, which a lot of teams have trouble with on their power play. You've done that now, and you're giving the puck away to take a slap shot on the net. You have 4 other individuals with you on that ice. You need to take the opportunity now that you've gained entrance into the zone, set the puck up, whether it's an overload, whether it's an umbrella, whatever formation you are looking to do strategy-wise, get in the zone, set it up with your teammates, allow them an opportunity to get something going, find a passing lane, get a good quality shot on net. That's one thing, to be very honest. The second one is GGs need to let the puck do the work for them. There's been a lot of instances where they're starting the play below their blue line, let's say, so in their zone, they're skating the puck up. There's a forward that's streaking diagonally across onto the strong side to go behind the Bishop's defense woman. And instead of just using the boards to bank the puck and then your teammates long gone for maybe a 2-on-1 or 1-on-1, whatever it may be, GGs are trying to either skate themselves but not with enough speed, or 2, they're trying to make a pass to someone that is not having as much speed in the transition as the individual coming diagonally across the ice. So those are 2 things I think the GGs could absolutely do better with.
G's have had their chances. The Gators have had their chances. The story yet to be written in this game. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to get you set for the second period of action. Declan DeBarb and Brianna Newell on the GG's YouTube channel. Welcome back into the Minto Sports Complex. Declan DeBarp and Brianna Newell. The GGs start the period with 1 minute and 6 seconds of power play time. GG's their second power play. Their GG's third power play of the evening, looking to get an opportunity here. Kaloff will spin around and try and elude Santerre. GG's looking to get into the zone and get set up. The Gators have given up the zone pretty easily on their penalty kill. Not afraid to get into their diamond, but a chance back the other way. Santerre and Turcotte. Turcotte, nice save by McKay.
That was a huge stop by McKay there, bailing her team out.
Back the other way, Merriman just couldn't get it on to Biesenthal. Chances at either end to start the second period. Prue, cross ice, nice pass and a touch shot that Merriman, or that Clavel didn't get everything of.
No, it was a good job though by Prue, and again, hard for Clavel to get any more of that as she was not on her off wing.
Angie Prue, another good idea, and that one couldn't be touched goalwards. Much better movement, puck movement here from the University of Ottawa, all off the stick of Angie Prue. LaPlante fumbles in. Back onto the ice comes Berger-Dubé, so we're all evened up. Cameron Johnson strips the puck and Santerre will loft it to center. Long change in effect. We've talked about how good the GGs were last season in the second period. As here's Charlie Healy, possibly her first shift of the night. Charlie Healy in front. It's still loose and finally frozen off some extracurriculars in front. Don't see that too much at this level.
No, but again, when you're in this conference, and I said this even before Bishops joined, there are even fewer teams. Now, even with Bishops, there's still not that many teams. You end up playing each other quite a number of times. You get to know each other way too well, way too well. And we'll actually see the faceoff come outside the Bishop zone.
Both teams will play each other. Every team plays each other generally about 5 times in the season.
It's a lot.
If the Gators win tonight, they claim the season series. That's something they haven't done since entering the RSEQ. That's a step by Tailret around Reese Meffam. Something we haven't seen the Gators do all too much, just skate at the GG's defenders. Worked very well for Lavoie and the Martlets on Sunday night. That one, a stretch pass. Alex Clavel, a partial break. Clavel to the backhand, can't tuck it in.
And that was a huge opportunity for the GGs there, and just unfortunately, Clavel couldn't get that backhand up.
LaPlante coming across the center of the ice was taken down, and behind Clavel, she'll have to go for a skate. Watched by Goodall the whole time. Clavel down, she's yet to get back to her feet, but behind the play she does. No worse for wear. Rousseau forced backwards under the check of Molly Hyenton.
It was good pressure there shown by Hyenton.
Aspro Potamaitis turns it over and into the zone now. Flo Lessard. Transfer from Clarkson University will get it back to the point in Minville off the heel of the blade. Berkby back to the point, on to Minville. Bobbles it, and she'll just throw it goalwards. A bouncing puck that finds Aspro Potamaitis. Held in, chipped forward, McLean. As we mentioned, still looking for her first goal of the season. Berkby, a backhander that Gagnon's able to snag. She's been active early on in this period.
I thought at first it might have just, a bit of an awkward save there as Gagnon wasn't right on her post as Berkby had backhanded it towards her. There was a bit of an opening, so bit of an opportunity there, but Gagnon comes up big still with the stop.
Here's Todd. Todd, a shot, a nice save by Gagnon. And the rebound couldn't find Merriman. Big check, and here's Vigneault Sargent. She's been quiet. Nice move. Vigneault Sargent couldn't get the shot off. McKay back door, and that one a wraparound. The Gators open the scoring. McKay caught off her line.
Yeah, and that one, again, Vigneault Sargent has been so challenging for the GGs in every single game, and that one was really a bit of a cause between the defensive pairing. I believe it was Kaloff and Minville. And Minville, I've never really seen this from her before, usually very steady in playing these types of offensive rushes, and she committed going towards the middle, opened up the whole left side, and then Kaloff miscommunicating or misunderstanding what was going on, came streaking across, left that whole right side open for a wraparound opportunity, or at least a rebound as well, as there was a Bishop's player right in front.
Vigneault Sargent almost got a second one.
Good stop there, though, by McKay.
Here's Turcotte, life in the Gators offense. Spinning Vigneault Sargent, forced all the way back by Reese Meffam. Meffam wins it, and that one out of the reach of Kylie Lalonde. That'll be an icing, and GGs will be forced back into their own zone. That goal a little bit against the run of play. It's been all GG through the second period here. It's been a good start, but really caught the GGs off guard, and it stung them there. A couple of mistakes and then a goal.
Well, and we have to remember, too, the fact that GG started off the second period with a power play, so Bishops couldn't really get that much going until they killed that off successfully. And again, like, this was just a pretty innocent rush opportunity, but a couple of pretty major errors, I would say, technically, that led to that.
Yeah, and I mean, McKay overplayed it a little bit and couldn't get back to the back door, but it's no discredit to the rookie goaltender, almost got back there and made the save. That one dumped on net. And
it was a great play, actually, to not shoot on McKay and instead recognizing she had over-slid across the crease and instead doing that wraparound.
That one shot never made its way on net. We assume it's Vigneault Sargent. That'll be her first goal of the season.
Surprising, too, because she's been so very active. We always mention her when you know, the GGs play them.
Here's Bilodeau. She's had a quiet night herself. Rousseau trying to find Christelle Fontaine, but couldn't connect with her. Clavel over the line, cross ice, and Fontaine in the passing lane. First to it is Molly Hyenton. Bjorg Fjord pinned up against the wall as the GGs complete a change. Kaloff misplayed it, but it falls the way of Meffam. A long stretch pass that couldn't connect with Flo Lassard.
It was a good step up there by Kaloff.
Here's Birkby. That one just out of her reach. Puck down behind the Gators' net. Trying to merge with it is Catherine Bergview, forces a turnover and then taken away. Reese Meffam, a long shot, it's blocked. Meffam, another long shot, that one kicked into the corner. So Santerre picks up her 5th points against the University of Ottawa. That one, a penalty interference, the call, clear as you like.
And again, I don't know what's going on here, but McLean has drawn, I think, pretty well every penalty, or 3 out of the now 4 for sure, but maybe even the 4th one, I don't know.
The 4th one, the Biesenthal hole.
Right,
so
right, true. Can't give McLean credit for drawing that one, but yeah, it's very weird.
She's kept her feet moving, and
absolutely.
I mean, every call the Gators have taken have been pretty well clear penalties that you have to call.
Oh no, for sure. I just think it's hilarious that it's McLean pretty well every single one. But you know, again, she's very active in everything that the GGs are doing on the ice.
Berger Dubé, her 2nd penalty of the night. Loose puck here from the University of Ottawa, and just lackadaisical on the puck, forces them backwards. Here's Maya LaPlante. She'll step into the zone and take a check to make a play. Another pretty clear body check there.
That absolutely was. I think it's going to get to the point, though, for the officials that they've called so many against Bishops, they might put the whistle away.
Listen, we can have a conversation about that another day, but Clavel spin fire, and Gagnon will jump onto it, and that may draw a call. The Gators have to be careful. It was a clear takedown. It's Cameron Johnson who's on the ice. I didn't catch the Gigi. I thought it was Alyssa Biesenthal. It is Alyssa Biesenthal. They'll drag her off to the box almost certainly. She's going to go to the bench. Okay. The crowd loving the physicality. We've seen it ramping up here.
I love it too, quite honestly. I'm all for it.
It was a late dig on the net.
I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it was a bit of a late dig. There wasn't anything super aggressive about it. What was very aggressive was the absolute dog pile that followed by Bishops. And hey, again, as a former defenseman, I'm all for it. No one touches your goalie. I just find it interesting that there were no calls on the play.
It was a nice takedown by
It very much was.
That I'm surprised she got away with.
Yeah, it was like a WWE SmackDown out there.
With there, a little bit of physicality here in the RSEQ. Quebec hockey known for its roughness.
Absolutely.
Twists and a turn, and we're still at 5-on-4. GG's have the power play for another minute. It's back to the point with Minville, and dangerous play that almost set Nelly Vigneault-Sargent off the other way. That one, a shot that was always going wide. Angie Prue will step forward, get it down low. Let play in an awkward angle. Merriman holds the line, cross ice. Prue a shot, and that one a nice save by Gagnon. She's been fantastic. And Angie Prue, who's played with quite a few of these players, the GGs and the Gators, they recruit extensively from Cégep Limoilou. GGs have 8 players from Limoilou. The Gators have 4, including their netminder.
That was a beautiful pass, though, by Merriman, and you can see Bishop's players arguing with the official.
The Gators captain, we're going to come out of the zone.
I mean, not quite sure why at the end of the day. It was it was a frozen puck by the Bishop's goaltender, but it was a nice pass threading the needle there by Merriman to find Prue. Prue just needed to release it a little bit quicker. Gagnon had so much time to come across the crease and make the stop.
Maya LaPlante a chance to skate with 30 seconds. She has Alyssa Biesenthal back out on the ice. Hits the trailer, a shot, and that one just wide by Alex Clavel.
Good play, though, and, again, great shot, but a little too high.
Another shot, that one to the body of Turcotte. Bumps out Santerre, can't go back the other way. Good body play there. And now it's Kaloff. Kaloff, Gigi taken down behind the play. Catherine Berkview took a shove, didn't quite catch what happened. She had a clear path to net, disrupted. Biesenthal had a chance to skate and couldn't head back the other way.
Yeah, LaPlante had done a good job keeping the puck in, but not able to hold the line for very long. And you saw a bit of a defensive move by Clavel there against Maud Pepin as McKay froze the puck. I wouldn't be shocked if after each freezing of the puck we see a little scrum ensue.
Big's heating up. Catherine Berkby went off in a heap. She went to go sit down. Trainer tending to her just behind.
I'm not quite sure what happened either, but the way Berkby went down, she's a pretty tough player. So for her to go down like that and, being attended to on the bench, we just hope she's doing okay.
Alyssa Biesenthal getting some attention too on her hand. So all kinds of things. Here's Charlie Healy. Into the foot of Ariane Gagnon. Ariane Minville, and a big block there by Paget.
Yeah, that was a huge block there by Paget. Could have saved a goal.
Almost certainly did. A chance the other way. Aspro Potomaitis didn't have her head up. Launch Maud Pepin. Back door, big save by McKay. No, the rebound goes off into the corner.
And actually she had, oh, wow. I am shocked, actually, that there was no call on that.
A clear check. And
clear check and also holding.
GG's will get away with one.
Yeah.
Frozen up.
There's a couple, actually, they've gotten away with, which is interesting. Normally we don't see that, but I was just going to go back to that offensive opportunity. Aspro Potomaitis did exactly what we had talked about during the intermission. What the GGs needed to do is using the boards to bank the puck and beat the defenseman, who sometimes is not as quick-footed, and that's what Aspro Potomaitis did. And she actually had Paget, streaking down the left-hand side. Could have been an easy tap-in had she had her head up there.
Maya LaPlante tries to go for a skate, turns it over. Santerre trying to spin. Turcotte has her pocket picked. Maya LaPlante, player who loves to go forward, gets her team in some trouble.
It's a great
other way.
Great back check there by Bilodeau.
Here's Hyenton, using her strength to create a little bit of space. Krasinski, a shot blocked, and Turcotte is feeling a little bit of that, and that one under the foot of Prue. And Krasinski, who hasn't seen too much of the ice tonight, will be forced backwards. Clavel and a dangerous pass offside the call. And we'll get a face-off. Just a correction on the Nelly Vigneault Sargent play. That's Sargent's 6th goal of the season, or 16th point. Little clerical error in my notes.
It's okay. I was going to say, like, that doesn't sound like the player we've seen, but maybe I'm wrong.
Santerre and Jolie Gagnon get the assists on the play. So Gagnon's 2nd assist, Santerre's 19th. League-leading 19th assist. Minville likes to go up the boards. Kate McLean trying to buy a little time, and Berkby just sends it to an area. Michaud. Kaloff with a good play to take it away from Goodall. And then coming together behind the net. Kaloff slow off her line. Here's Florence Lazard. Tried to spin around, saw a face full of Goodall, and then that one just out to center behind Kate McLean. They'll say she got a touch on it to negate the icing. And Marie-Camille Théoret is able to get back just in time. Bolduc will dump it in. McKay out to settle it down and then set the pick on Garot. Stretch pass. Clavel didn't catch it cleanly and shows a little too much of it to Gabriella Rousseau. Bilodeau, that one a nice save by Gagnon.
Huge stop there, and it was good communication actually by Bilodeau and Clavel. Clavel coming around her back and Bilodeau streaking down her forehand. Clavel left it. Bilodeau, great shot, but coming up strong was Gagnon, not allowing anything. Whew.
Geez, have had a couple of opportunities in the slot. Gagnon has come up big. Icing waved off as Reese Meffam goes to collect. Clavel looks up and goes cross ice, but a little bit too much angle, couldn't connect with Hyenton.
Right idea that it'll go cross ice or just a little too far ahead.
Turned over. Won back quickly by Cégep Limoilou product, one of the many on the ice tonight. So here's Bilodeau on it again. Just stoned. She had the best chance for the University of Ottawa.
And those are ones where you absolutely have to capitalize. Like, there's no way.
Icing offside the call, so face off outside the zone.
And GG's had to be a little bit careful there as they were completing a change as the puck got rung around towards that side. Careful to avoid getting too many men out there.
Kaloff. Delsey Wiesenthal came in onside. Kaloff, a nice shot. It's loose in the slot.
Nice try by Kaloff there, cutting towards the middle as well as getting a shot off.
Dangerous pinch by Kaloff. LaPlante over to clean up and then dangerously played across the center of the ice.
Merriman had done a good job coming back in support as well.
Here's LaPlante. She'll swing it around to Kaloff, her new defensive partner. Todd, we haven't seen her too much. And Merriman, she has a step and then great secondary speed there.
That was a good job. I think it was Page. Couldn't quite see the number there.
I think it's Théoret who was
Could
just
be.
able to bite back, a player who has the foot speed but thought she got caught flat-footed. Here's Santerre over the line. Nelly Vigneault Sargent, she is the goal that separates the two. Vigneault Sargent will take her time. Sees open up and then poked by Meffam.
Good stick there by Meffam. Very calm, just great accuracy there. And McLean has an opportunity here, but too far ahead.
Seven minutes, 10 seconds to go. We'll do a quick out-of-town scoreboard. The GG's two basketball teams in action tonight, the men's and women's basketball team. GG's women's basketball team wins 71-56 against Laurentian. Men's basketball team through the second half is up 27-15. Them and us, the only shows in action for the University of Ottawa tonight, as that one's turned over and couldn't connect with Goodall, who had a step on her opposite number improved. Kaloff back. It's closed down quickly by two GGs. That lofted puck finds the way of Marjorie Bolduc, and a couple of good shoves given to Bilodeau. And then pinched by Hyenton, who will just play it up and out. Gabriella Rousseau. Good all fans on it and it's stuck in her feet. Behind Prue, the arm up for icing. And Minville will chase it back with 6:32 to go.
And Hyington there on the breakout. I think maybe because of the first period, Bishop's defensemen were pinching a little bit more. Not quite sure, but it's almost like she felt the pressure and without even looking up, just gave the puck away. And again, that's something that the GGs really need to be a bit better at, is just recognizing when they have time, when they have space, and maintaining puck control.
Duck over the line, a kick save by McKay. She used every little bit of her frame. Not the tallest goalie is Lauren McKay at 5'5", but GGs are used to a short netminder. Mahika Sarazen stands at 5'4". As Charlie Healy goes out there and puts the work in. A couple of friends in action tonight for Charlie Healy just sitting in front of us. A nice little sign. Love to see the fan support. It's a good crowd here for a Friday night game, getting your weekend started as that one's shot on and behind the net. Back to the point. Charlie Healy, Cameron Johnson all tied up. The Gators fans want a call. The GG's fans want a call.
Everybody wants a call.
Coming, and here's the one who's been drawing all the calls in, Kate McLean. Berkby will poke it out. It's loose, and Kate McLean, how does she miss it?
I have no idea how she missed that, but wow.
Mike Fisher circa 2013 against the Leafs, an empty net, and he skied it, and Kate McLean will sky it as well. Still looking for her first goal. Here's Biesenthal, and B was buzzing, and her stick was just caught off, an awkward fall. Both players back up to their feet, so no worse for wear, which is good when you fall into the boards like that. And then Johnson tries to take a run on Todd, and Todd sits her down with a nice little reverse check.
It was a nice reverse check.
Physicality, something we're used to. Ariane Minville, drag, Minville tries to pick the corner, it's loose in front. Kaloff, saved by Gagnon. Watch Pepin back the other way, and Minville sprawls out. Pepin, Maud Pepin to the backhand, she roofs it. Chance at one end, and the Gators come back and bite at the other.
I don't even know what just happened for about the last 60 seconds. How did that puck not go in on Gagnon? I have absolutely no idea. So many good opportunities. McLean missing an open netter. Again, those are opportunities that the GGs really need to capitalize on. And what ends up happening is exactly what happened here, where it's a bit of a bobbling puck the other way. Minville not able to corral it by getting body in front. Maud Pepin looking for the loose puck, coming down, makes no mistake, and is a beautiful deke. Backhand roofs it over McKay.
Beautiful move by Pepin. Wow. She shows why she now has 13 goals on the season. Here's Santerre, the other head of the two-headed demon, a looking pass in front, and Mayelle Laplante is able to get in front of it. Hyington can't get it out of the zone. And then Prue on the second time of asking can't do it either. Off to Clavel with 3 minutes, 54 seconds to go. Clavel with a nice move, cuts to the front of the net, and she had her stick taken away from her.
And, we saw a bit of a hook there on the play, but I really go back to what I said before, where the GGs have drawn so many penalties at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if the officials kind of put it away a little bit, unless it's absolutely blatant. But Clavel had good speed. Had she just had a little bit more of a notch there, I think she could have beat the defenseman and cut more towards the front of the net.
No nonsense there from Kate McLean, who runs her man into the boards. I don't think she's a well-liked player in between the Gators. On the Gators bench right now.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Another check.
I don't think they're fans of her.
Jolie Gagnon on that one. Christelle Fontaine taking a step.
I always think too, if the other team really doesn't like you during the game, it's most likely because you're playing really well and giving them a hard time. So Kate McLean, keep doing what you're doing.
The Gators, we didn't mention, 8-6 on the season, so they're off to their best start so far through 14 games. GG's 4-7. It's been a tough little stretch for them, and it's looking to get tougher. Here's Biesenthal. Can she get on the end of it? And crucial stick.
And there's been some rough bounces for the GGs, or the puck just not even wanting to go in the net, and that's tough to play as a player as well.
Berger Dubé, and that one deflected just wide. Looked like the net might have come off its stanchion, and that one, Todd couldn't find the back of the net. We'll skate down Main Street, a long shot on. Santerre down, Prue. Quickly back to her feet as Gagnon and Biesenthal's shot deflected off into the corner. Good offensive zone time. She's got to be careful not to get caught the other way. Bolduc is all by herself. Prue gets back. She wanted a change. She's exhausted. And Bolduc at the end of her own shift is taking the puck, has the puck taken off her. Heavy collision. The arms stay down. Garneau, and that one deflected off behind. Aspropotomitis, one of the best names to say in the RSEQ.
It is a fun one, yep.
She's pinned up against the boards. Aspropotomitis herself is a GG's killer. In the Gators' first season, she played such an important role. So that one finds its way to her stick, a big block by Kalof. That one wide, deflected by Paget. For the first one there, end of on a very long shift, the GGs can't get out. Johnson and Paget all tied up. And Pepin, she scored the second. Just slide it on to Santerre. Watch the whole way. Paget spinning. Nice save. It's loose in the slot. And then frozen up by McKay. Minute 13 to go.
And that was a very extended shift for the GGs that are out there. Prue had been out there, I think, the longest of the entire unit. But again, GGs couldn't get the puck out. There were a couple opportunities along the boards. Winger wasn't able to get the puck out. As a winger, that's one of your main responsibilities. Get the puck out of the zone. And then a couple of just poor decision-making skills, I think, with the puck. 2 feet inside the blue line, that puck needs to get out. And it just didn't that shift. It does now, though.
And when you're playing against the likes of Santerre and Pepin, you just need to switch off for a moment for those players to bite you. Here's Kate McLean, a chance on the rush. She's given a bump. She'll shield the puck with under a minute to go in the second period. Nelly Vigneault-Sargent is able to get a pass out of Minville. A good back check there by Catherine Birkby. A puck that will bounce and sit at the point, or sit behind the net rather. Michaud almost turned it over off the back of Santerre. Looking for Santerre. She has a step. And Prue watching her. She'll go down. Nice glove save by McKay.
That was a nice glove save by McKay there, as you mentioned. And Prue played that 2-on-1 very well. You know, she stayed in the middle. She cheated a little bit more, though, towards the puck carrier and basically forcing to shoot at that point.
McKay going to give a tap to Angie Prue, who's had a pretty good game for herself. Biesenthal steps in and wins the draw to the side. Picked up by Mo Pepin. Pepin is Bolduc going to the front of the net. Pepin looking in front. Paget on the backhand. And it's loose and the GGs will clear up. Quick whistle. And some extracurriculars with 12 to go.
And again, just a couple of missed assignments in the defensive zone, as I believe it was Paget who was left wide open in the slot there. It's just being aware, keeping your head on a swivel, making sure you know what's going on around you at all times, whether you're D, forward, goalie, have to be aware.
Face off one. And almost forced on net. A stretch pass looking for Bilodeau, who was streaking through the middle. And Pepin will dump it in. As that'll do it for the second period. The GG's the better team. The Gators, the goals. Brianna and I will be back in just a moment's time to wrap up the second period and get you set for the third period of action here at the Minto Sports Complex. Welcome back into the Minto Sports Complex. Declan DeBarb, Brianna Newell. After 40 minutes, the Gators lead by 2. It's been a period for the GGs, but their individual mistakes cost them.
Yeah, there were a few errors, I would say, on the play. And there were other errors that were made throughout the second period. And, GGs were just lucky that Bishops didn't capitalize on them. It's as simple as that. Talking about errors that were made, the 2 goals that Bishops scored. The first one was that wraparound play. And I wouldn't say it was an error per se, or a breakdown per se. What I would comment on, though, is that there were, it was a 2-on-2, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, because I don't have the replays. But Bishop's player was coming down against Ariane Minville. Minville, who is very well known for her defensive play, her good positioning, and she made a bit of a technical error, I would say, as a defenseman, and she crossed over, bringing herself really into the middle of the ice, farther away from the Bishops player, allowing her more of an opportunity to go around the net, which this was a key thing too. I really thought she was going to shoot, and I think McKay thought that there was going to be a shot as well. So McKay, I think, overcommitted across the crease, and she was so far over, it was quite a waste to then get back. But regardless, very smart play by Bishops to then go around the net for a wraparound opportunity instead as it was wide open. Even had McKay gotten over in time to make a stop, there was a secondary Bishops player sitting right on the doorstep, no one even manning. And part of that opened up because Minville's defensive partner, Kaloff, had, I think, misunderstood the player, what was happening, and streaked over diagonally. And again, you're getting used to pairings. It's different. Totally understand that. But coming over, leaving that front of the net wide open, and now 2 of your players are completely outside the play. So a bit of a breakdown during the opportunity, if I could say it like that. The second goal that Bishop scored, bit of overcommitment, I would say, on the GG's part. Offensively, there was only 1 defenseman back, and that was Ariane Minville. And it's a bouncing puck. And, Declan, you and I talked about this just very briefly. We have maybe differing opinions on the matter. Always good. As a former defenseman, though, if I'm seeing a bobbling puck and I'm the last person back and I know that someone is either around me or coming towards me, I have to be 100% sure I'm getting that puck. If I'm not 100% sure, if I'm 99.8% sure, there's still that uncertainty, right? And that's kind of what happened with Minville there. She was caught between, playing the puck or also backing up. She elected to go and play the bobbling puck and did not actually get all of it, allowed Maud Pepin to come in, pick up the loose puck, and go on that breakaway for a really nice deke to finish it off with a top shelf on the backhand. What I would have done personally differently if you're encountering that type of situation as a defenseman, if you're not 100% sure, you back off, you let it bobble, you play it one-on-one. It also allows your teammates opportunity to come back and help support.
Unfortunate errors, but the GGs still very much in this game. They've had their chances. Ariane Minville herself has had 2 or 3 golden opportunities, walking down from the slot to take a shot. Erica Gagnon has been unbelievable. The GGs need to find an answer, and how do they do that here in this third period here?
Yeah, she's been absolutely robbing them, and again, some of the shots, the GGs put them way over the net. I mean, that's not Gagnon, that's just the GGs put them way over the net. So I think just getting more quality shots on net, looking maybe for that rebound and a garbage goal, I would say, is something I think the GGs are going to have to look to. Also, maybe getting shots from the point and actually getting them through. What I'm finding the GGs are having a tough time with, and it's hard as a defenseman to find that open lane, it's to find the open lane and make sure that you're getting the shot through. And not anything high, but about knee down. It's really good for tips. Gagnon most likely is not able to see those shots, and you never know what happens when you shoot on net.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes to bring this one on home. The GG's trying to crawl out of a 2-goal deficit once again here with 20 minutes to play. Brianna and I will be back in just a moment's time. Welcome back into the Minto Sports Complex. Declan DeBarb and Brianna Newell. Just seconds away from puck drop. The GG's trying to pull themselves out of a 2-0 hole. They've had their chances, but haven't been able to find twine yet. It's been the outstanding play of Erica Gagnon that has been the difference. A couple of rush chances. Goals by Vigneault Sargent and Mo Pepin, making the GG's mistakes pay.
And I would say in addition to Gagnon for Bishops, I would say that GG's have just not capitalized on shot attempts either. They're shooting them way wide, or Bishops doing a really great job getting blocks as well. It's just not bouncing for them.
Into the zone with with Nelly Vigneault Sargent. She's quickly dispossessed, and it's cross ice to Charlie Healy, who's seen a promotion up to the top line. Here's Turcotte. Angie Prue holds the line. Santerre will look and fire cross ice, pinpoint pass. Turcotte can't pull the trigger, and Charlie Healy and Kate McLean. McLean all by herself. She'll stop up. Little half chance that disappeared in a moment, and smart just to retain possession.
Although she did have Biesenthal going towards the corner, she could have done a cycle as well, but also a smart play what McLean did.
Over the line, and there you see Gabriella Goodall. She always raises her game to play here in Ottawa, and it comes back out front, and that one up and over.
Talking about high shot attempts, that one I think was the highest one we've seen all game so far. If it was a field goal, it would have been good. Puck will rightfully come outside the GG zone for the faceoff.
You know, in the NFL playoffs getting underway, some of us think that we're Aubrey the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. Transfer from a two-sport athlete, one a little bit more similar. He was a soccer player who got drafted by the MLS and then joins the Cowboys. He'll be playing in his first playoff game this weekend against the Packers, though. I'm sure that that's not relevant, and it's neither here nor there. Here's Aspro Potamaitis, turning our eyes back to the ice surface. Centering pass, and never made its way on goal. But Ann Minville with a dangerous little pass cross ice, and a stretch pass that they'll say Bilodeau got a touch on. Cameron Johnson sets a nice pick, and it's picked up, and back the other way they come. Here's Marjorie Bolduc, one of a few players who's stuck around since the introduction of the program. Bolduc still on it, spinning and turning. She's pinned against the boards by Molly Hyenton, who's having a little bit of a tough game today. Not up to her best, some of the play that we've gotten used to from the Calgary, Alberta native. And Merriman from Nunavut will just hack it over, and it's over to Hyenton, who's able to get it to Kaloff. Kaloff is pinned against the boards. Here's Merriman. Line's been thrown in a blender here. So that one held only momentarily. Centering pass out of the reach of Christelle Fontaine, and her momentum will take her to the corner. She's watched all the way by Kaloff, and Hyenton drives her man into the boards. Chip to Jade Todd, who is able to get it out to center. Todd has been on there for quite some time. She'll dump it in and head off for a change. Here's Michaud. Santerre cross ice, and just out of the reach of a purple shirt, and that one they'll say hit a GG's player on the bench and it was a face off at center.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a bit of a delayed call there. I was wondering if they were even gonna blow it down after it hit a player on the GG's bench, but it will come out to the offside dot for a face-off.
So it looks like Hyenton has been moved all the way up to the first unit. She's been mighty good in the game, and that one turned over, not to the player you want in Santerre. Gabrielle Santerre will just dump it around, and here's Maya LaPlante. We've seen how much she loves to skate today, up to Charlie Healy, and that one behind everyone. Nelly Vigneault Sargent, and that one behind Santerre. Forces the Bishops University Gators to stop off to Turcotte down low. LaPlante. Sejep Limoilou product will stop and turn it over. Nelly Vigneault Sargent out front can't get it. She opened the scoring here today, and that one sent in front of the net, never made its way through. LaPlante this time out to center, and we'll just hammer it in. We'll say that one hit a Gator on the bench, and we'll have face-off out at center.
I think it was actually Maud Pepin that it hit, and she didn't really look too impressed about it. Just wanted to take it back there to the offensive zone time for the Gators in the GG zone. A couple opportunities. You had Vigneault Sargent all alone by herself. There was another time where both defensemen were above two Bishop Gators players, left alone, one in the corner, one in front of the net. It just seems like the defensive zone coverage here is quite lacking for the GGs tonight.
Here is a stretch pass, and that one just eludes Clavel, who's had a couple of opportunities to win the faceoff, and then an exception taken by Noemi Garneau. A couple of choice words for Alex Clavel. The GGs have an offensive zone faceoff with 15:48 to go. Brzezinski and Kaloff on the point. It comes to Kaloff. Long shot through a crowd, kick to the corner. Here's Hyenton. Yara Merriman spinning, firing, and frozen up.
And Pepe having a couple shots there at Hyenton. And again, like you mentioned, the line's just absolutely in the blender here as, Jennifer Wayfield and Greg Bowles try to get something going here for the team with, just over, about 15 and a half minutes left to go in the third period. GD still down by a couple goals.
Roger Dubé chips it forward, and here's Santerre. Hyenton in hot pursuit. Santerre on the backhand trying to find an angle, and that one harmlessly across the crease.
Good back-checking pressure brought on there by Healy, as you mentioned.
It's been a hustle game for her. That one's touched up by a purple shirt and negating icing. Berger Dubé will settle it down and move it up to Turcotte. On rushing Charlie Healy all over the place. After a very quiet first period, she's been everywhere. Birkby lays a check on Vigneault Sargent. The arms stay down. The Gators still without a power play. I did all this prep on the power play, and they're yet to get one. They're operating at 28.6% on the season, the second best in the division. And Bolduc, as I'm saying, will take a penalty.
Yeah,
that
and
I'll be clear body check.
Clear body check, but I would say the one that Birkby laid on the Bishops player before was also a clear body check. So, I'm not used to this. The officials, calling more on the visiting team as opposed to GG's. I'm a little taken aback by it, but regardless, I agree with some of the Bishops fans here. Body check is a body check, and there is no body contact in women's hockey, but it seems to be going one way for sure, the calls. And if you're the GGs, this is your fifth power play. It's non-negotiable. You have to score on this.
Right you are, and the GGs will go to work. Merriman and Minvilla with Prue, Lassard, and Bilodeau. Bilodeau, the net front presence, and that one just on the opposite page. So the call is head contact, not body contact. And that one they'll call every single day of the week. Merriman stays on side, Minvilla and over the line. Flo Lassard giving a bump in the back, and it comes across to Prue, a low shot. No GG there to tap it on home.
Well, and it's interesting because Bilodeau was there, but it's like she didn't see it.
For a crowd, Minville blocked. And Pepin, who had painfully blocked the shot, Goodall, who had painfully blocked the shot at the end of a shift, will just dump it. She could have been off on a breakaway.
Yeah, I think Goodall didn't even notice, really, as it had been quite a long shift, and I don't think she had the legs to necessarily go and do much more than what she did.
Here's Kaloff, harassed by Turcotte and turned over. It's been a very aggressive penalty kill, and that one clearly hit a GG on the bench. Santerre on the breakaway. Disrupted by one of the GG's defenders, and Catherine Birkby. Everybody stopped playing. And a chance for the Gators.
Oh, I mean, again, a little bit rightfully so, as it absolutely hit a player on the GG's bench. But hey, you keep playing until you hear a whistle.
The old adage is one for a reason, and Birkby trying to put the moves on, can't get loose. Santerre makes no mistake, dumps that one down, and that'll just about do it. So the GG's 0 for 5 on the power play today. Am I about to eat my words? No, Clavel will dump it down with 10 seconds to go. It was a nice puck played by McKay. Dirty little toe drag there by Rousseau. Rung around, and Todd gets there first. She runs into Berger Dubé. Onto the ice comes Marjorie Bolduc. Finds its way to her. Bolduc, she has some time, space, a shot, and a nice save by McKay. And then 2 players crash the net. Two players will crash the nets. We'll have a face-off off to the left.
And again, we talked about this in the second period as well. Bishop's doing a good job of utilizing the boards to exploit the GGs having to pivot from backwards to forwards to go and chase that puck. And that was another good example where it went behind one of the GG's defensemen. What has to happen there, Weeks ID has to come across and pick up that player.
Here's Garreau. Shot cross body. Missed. Rousseau trying to spin away from Merriman. Minville looking for Todd. It'll find Berger Dubé. Down low to Metham. He's trying to work the boards. Reinforcements off the Gators bench. It's turned over, and that one high and wide by Mackenzie Bjorkfjord. It's a mistake that just can't happen, and the GGs will take their first penalty of the night. That one is clear as you like, and Reese Metham will head off to the box. They've called the obvious stuff, and sarcastic clap here from the Gators fans.
And again, I get the frustration. I absolutely do, because we were talking about it even throughout the whole game so far, that there were plays that were happening that were clear body checks and no calls, and then same call the other way. So it is absolutely frustrating for players, fans alike.
Vigneault Argent trying to work the angle. So that now I get to do my little spiel. It's off the crossbar net. So I don't get to do my spiel. The Gators extend their lead. It's 3-0.
I mean, hey, Declan, if you went and did your spiel, I don't think I would cut you off. I mean, I might, but maybe not. But, you know, again, that is a very good example, once again, of what we've seen throughout the game. Just missed assignments, unawareness. In the defensive zone specifically, and it comes back to bite the GGs very early on into the power play, 13 seconds actually to be exact, and it was a player who was left wide open, backdoor for a rebound.
You won't let me, but Justine Turcotte will. She cut me off before I could give my spiel, and the Gators are up by 3. Her first power play of the night is one that finds the back of the net, Turcotte's 9th goal of the season. No, sorry. Her 10th goal of the season. She scored the first goal of this game. GG's looking for an offensive spark. The issue has been what it's been all season. They can't put the puck in the back of the nets, and they find themselves down 3 despite being the better team for large stretches of this game. And Paget steps over the line, but in an offside position. Alyssa Biesenthal will lose the draw, and helped on its way down low by Jolie Gagnon. Gagnon on it now. Down low. Christelle Fontaine pinned to the boards by Alyssa Biesenthal. Her first shift of the third period. Minville in an uphill battle. One that she'll come out on the wrong side of. Good cycle play here from the Gators, but it's one back by Minville. 40. We're back to 5-on-5. They have the power play up on the board. Cameron Johnson held the line. Bjorkfjord, a shot on that one. Off a body and into the netting.
I think that one got a piece of Minville there on its trajectory, and it went high up into the netting. Should stay in the zone, which it does, to the right of McKay.
And listen, you can't fault McKay. She's been outstanding here tonight. She's made the stops that you'd expect her to make. It's been a couple of missed assignments and then a breakaway.
Yeah, a couple missed assignments there. I mean, the only one we can maybe critique if we really wanted to is the wraparound as she overcommitted over to one side. But again, that's it's if you really wanted to be nitpicky.
Merriman will skate after this one. As we mentioned, her first game back in action. It's turned over. Hyenton. She'll bear down, and that one. It's a hand pass. Merriman had gone up to go get it, and the faceoff will come outside of the zone. But again, it's those miscommunications. It's moments like that where it's a little bit awkward, and the GGs have just fallen.
Well, and again, we go back to, it's such a fundamental, basic skill. Communicate. I've barely heard any communication. We're not that far away from the ice. We can hear quite a bit. I haven't heard much communication, if any, between the GG's players.
Kaloff bit on that one. It's over her head. Angie Prue will go for a hustle, and Aspropotomitis puts the arm up, but it's an icing call. If the GGs are going to get back into this one, there's still some time to do it, but they need to act quickly.
Yeah, and that first goal is really key. You have to get that sooner rather than later. Get a bit of momentum swinging your way. Get something going. And, Gagnon has done a really good job of taking the wind out of the GG sails. No momentum there as she just shut down everything.
I won't say the word, but it would be her first one in the RSEQ.
You can't reference it.
You just can't say the word is my assumption.
Oh.
I've been through the perfect game route a couple of times, and you don't say the word, a baseball player myself, so believe me, superstitions are a real thing. The GG's trying to work their way. That one, a tight angle shot that was a little too fine and will come out of the zone. Maëlle Laplante will step over the line and dump that one on net and get a face-off.
Good accurate shot there. If you're going to dump it, put it on net.
Scramble draw that comes the way of Turcotte, held in by Kaloff, who tries to put the moves on, and then has an elbow thrown at her. She'll take a pinch down low, and Santerre back the other way. Here's Nelly Vigneault-Sargent trying to work the angle, puts the brakes on, down low, and turned it over. Wiesenthal. It's an option to her right. Elects to go to Kaloff. GG stay on side, and good hustle over by Michaud to disrupt the shot. Kaloff down low. Wiesenthal, and a nice save by Gagnon.
And Wiesenthal, a little bit of the stick on the legs, looking the other way, going, how the heck did that not go in? And I kind of second that. Just she was in a great position. It was a quick release, but Gagnon had great positioning as well and was square to it.
Face-off won by Hyenton. Merriman using a little bit of edge work. There were 3 Gators, and that's in. So no shutout. It's Molly Hyenton. Gets her first goal as a GG. It's not pretty, but it'll count.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a goal is a goal. It doesn't matter how it goes in, and that's what we're talking about, more of those garbage goals. It seemed like a pretty innocent shot, I would say, and with the way Gagnon has been playing all game, it's surprising that would go in, but it was the way she had angled her stick almost. It just trickled on by her. And
Kate
just
McLean
like that,
will go out there and grab the puck, as we mentioned. Molly Hyenton's first. The timeout taken by the Gators. Valerie Bois just wanting a word with her team, and big moment for the Calgary, Alberta native. They're screaming out down on Bow River. Molly Hyenton being rewarded, moved up in the lineup. She started tonight on the 3rd line and was playing out there with Kiara Merriman, replacing Elizabeth Wiesenthal, and she's rewarded.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, too, it's at this point, it's all in the blender. It's not even 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th line. There is no 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th line. It is just, this is your line for right now. Let's see if you can get something going. It seemed to have sparked a little something.
And you really got to credit the play of Kiara Merriman, who gets a goal in her first game. Gets a point in her first game back. She's able to draw 3 Gators into her. And, you know, a harmless shot, but put the puck on net. That one just about ankle height. Hyanton gets enough, and I think that, unfortunately, Gagnon tipped it into her own net.
Maybe they were listening when we said that during the second intermission report.
Maybe I cursed her. The GG's going back the other way. Here's Angie Prue. That one a long shot, frozen up. Todd gets her second point of the year. Second assist as well, still in hunt of her first. Merriman gets her fourth point and her second assist. And as we mentioned, Hyanton, her first point and her first goal.
We like to see it.
Big congratulations to player from Calgary, Alberta. Burkby drives her man into the wall. The GGs might have some life here. It took them until, with a minute and 15 seconds to go, to score their first one against McGill. When Pepin mishandled at the line and was offside, McLean gave a little hack to Mo Pepin, who will come back, have some choice words for her. The tempers will fizzle, but the GGs waited. They have their first one now. Is there a little bit of life in this team in the Garnet and Gray?
They definitely have a little bit of momentum there, and at the end of the day, though, you have time, but you don't have a ton of time. So you got one, now you got to keep getting, you got to get the second.
And you can't turn pucks over like
Correct.
that. Aspropotomitis tries to put the toe drag on, create another angle for her. It's a good awareness there by Reese Meffam, and Beatrice Bilodeau got a stick up high, disrupted her play back the other way. Kept on trucking, and Paget can't handle it. Angie Prue will play it down low, and puck one back. Bilodeau, and a quick shot by Alex Clavel, who's had a very good game for herself. Takes a hack at that one, couldn't find the back of the net. Kaloff with a nice little move and some edge work. Playing without a glove now. Hauled down there by Paget. You imagine with the amount of power plays that the GGs have had, it's Turcotte off to the races. She answered right back. Turcotte to the backhand and a goal. Nice move. She waited for McKay to bite. And just like that, the lead is further extended.
Yeah, that was a very nice move. And again, it was an opportunity made of poor positioning by the GGs. GG's defenseman, you know, well over to the right-hand side, did not come back and cover as weak side there for Turcotte, and that's what allowed Turcotte the breakaway opportunity on McKay. And like I mentioned before, can't blame McKay. Breakaway opportunity, and it was the same way as the last goal that Pepin scored. You know, nice little nifty deke to the backhand top shelf.
It's her second goal of the game now. I forgot that Nelly Vigneault-Sargent scored the first one. So she scores, she gets her 10th goal of the season eventually. High-powered Gators offense strikes again. It's 4-1. Santerre tries to put the moves on. And a chance back the other way. Ariane Minville, Burkby, Kate McLean, shot she didn't get everything of. Down low looking for Charlie Healy. Trying a centering pass. It settled in front and fought off to the hash marks. Angelique Prue will get on her horse with 6 minutes to go. Stretch pass, Charlie Healy will walk the line and send it to an area at the end of a long shift. Alyssa Biesenthal will give a bump. That one looking for Beatrice Bilodeau, hot off the bench. Biesenthal skating through a cul-de-sac, looking for an option. And Alex Clavel just not on the same page as Angelique Prue will dump the puck herself. Bilodeau. Bouncing puck that never clears the line. GGs will get a second bite of the cherry, and Biesenthal goes cross-ice to Bilodeau, who will dump it in and head after it. That fourth Gators goal really sucked the life out of this building after a quick goal from the University of Ottawa brought some life back into it. Is there a late twist in the tail? That one, a shot into the pads, and GGs need to get back. Jake Todd steps up, wins it back, if only momentarily. Garneau back, Pepin, and a goal. Pepin, second of the night, and it's 5-1.
Yeah, and that one, it I think sucked the life out even more of this building where, again, it's just poor puck management. That's really been the theme, unfortunately, for the GG's group here tonight. Poor puck management and spatial awareness just isn't there. And Bishops has capitalized on it 5 times now.
They've had the scoring touch tonight. They've made mincemeat of their opportunities, something the GG's haven't done. They could have hung into this game if they were able to find the net a couple more times. But again, we've mentioned it, the GG's have been unable to score in bunches this season. They've struggled especially down the stretch. And the Gators are one of the hottest offenses in the country. Michaud will dump the puck in, and Minville will go back to collect. Trying to go forward, the GG's forced backwards. Here's Florence Lassard, who we haven't seen in this third period. GG's have run a very short bench. And that one down the ice and frozen up by Gagnon. As I mentioned, with this win, the Gators will take the season series. It's their third meeting of 5. Gators have won 4-1 at home, and then 3-1 right here in this building. They're on pace to win 5-1. They don't meet again until the end of January, where GG's will head up to Sherbrooke, Quebec, the 28th, to play the Gators in their own barn, and then the GG's finish the Gators right here at the Minto Sports Complex on the 16th of February. Nael LaPlante gets the poke past Jamie Aspro-Potamaitis. And that one dumped on net, and Gagnon will pick up another save, and we'll freeze that one up.
And I think it's been a bit of a frustrating game for the GG's here. Puck just not really bouncing the way they would like. Passes not connecting. Miscues all over the place. And sometimes that's just how a game goes. And you have to acknowledge that it wasn't your game and bounce back for the next one. And I think that's really what the GG's are going to have to do here after this game.
They don't have much time to hang their heads low. They have the day off tomorrow, but are back in action at 2 o'clock in the great city of Montreal when they'll take on the University of Quebec de Montreal. That one, a big one, is here, Santerre. That one swallowed up by McKay. The games you really should be looking for, the ones in and around you. The Gators, 5 or 6 points adrift of the GG's. But the GG's have their calendars marked for the 20th of January when they travel to the Ice House to play the Carleton Ravens. Ravens were 1 point behind the GG's going into tonight. That one centering, passing for Cameron Johnson. It's rung around the boards. And held in. Marianne Minville will skate only as far and then pass it backwards. Santerre, she's yet to score. It's disrupted by Reese Meffam. Both teams really just, it feels, trying just to see the game out tonight. Now on the length of the ice for icing. We'll do a quick out-of-town scoreboard for you while we get the face-off down low. And we mentioned the Carleton Ravens, but maybe we should be talking about the McGill Martlets, who've been off to a red-hot start to 2024. 2 wins for them. They beat the Carleton Ravens tonight by a score of 1-0. That game got started half an hour before us here at the Ice House. Is there a consolation goal to be had as Beatrice Bilodeau heads down the ice, puts the brakes on. Centering pass, but that one too hot. Gagnon! That one saved by Gagnon. Ariane Gagnon and Erica Gagnon. A puck that tries to be centered. Didn't have the legs, and spinning around, looking forward is Kylie Lalonde.
It was a nice originating center pass, though, to have that opportunity. It was a nice look.
The Ravens have lost 5-0 and 1-0, yet to score a goal in 2024. That one, a tight angle shot. Fought back, Flo Lassard will chase after it. She'll be beaten there. Fontaine puts the brakes on. Into the final minute and 14 seconds here as Kylie Lalonde turns it over. That one behind Florence Lassard. It's been one of those nights for the GGs where they've had the opportunities, just can't put the final touch on it. Molly Hyenton, the lone goal for the University of Ottawa tonight, her first in the Garnet and Grey.
Oh, and that's it, right? That's what we were saying earlier. Just, the puck didn't have eyes tonight, didn't want to go in. You couldn't buy a goal. That's what the GGs have been facing throughout this game. And, hey, kudos to Gagnon for Bishops. Has had a heck of a game.
And team structurally, the Gators have played a very good game defensively where they've kept the GGs to the outside for the large part. Gagnon hasn't given up too many rebounds, but when she has, her team has bailed her out in large parts.
And I would say offensively, too. I mean, they didn't really give the GGs an easy way to break out. And I go back to sometimes the wingers on the boards passing off the puck before they really need to because they felt like they were going to have pressure. And that's what Bishops did right from the beginning. They made them feel that way. So, all around, I think Bishops has had a pretty solid game.
They have conceded a lot of puck possession to the GGs, who had their chances. As we've said, this could have been a very different game if they capitalized on one or two of them. But it really was the third goal that changed everything. It was a nice little head fake as it's walking down. It's a nice save by McKay, who I think is unfortunate to pick up the loss and also have the dent on her save percentage. She was very good tonight.
Yeah, she did make some good stops. And again, sometimes that's just how the puck goes.
Poke to center. The arm's up for icing with 5 seconds to go. Reagan Gardeau will touch it up, and we'll head back down the ice for one more faceoff. Quickly, the Gators will be back in action tomorrow across town. They'll take on the Carleton Ravens at the Ice House. That game going at 7 o'clock. As we mentioned, the GGs travel to Montreal for hosting the Concordia Stingers in a much-awaited return for the Concordia Stingers. The Stingers still undefeated on the season. The team that has taken them closest to defeat, is these University of Ottawa GGs. They played them to 2 periods of overtime. Brianna will quickly get into your final thoughts of the game and your 3 stars.
Yeah, so just overall for the game, again, GGs, if I were them, not super happy with the outcome of this game. Definitely things to work on after reviewing video to prepare for the next game. But you acknowledge it, acknowledge the loss, and then move on from there because you don't have time to hang your heads. Every game is important here, especially in the second half. And Bishops has to be pretty happy with how they played. Like you had mentioned, some turnovers for sure, so a bit of puck management that needs to be focused on throughout video too, and just a little bit more sound. But overall, good job there by them, and great job by their goaltender, Erica Gagnon. And with that, I'll just quickly get into the 3 stars for this game. So with the 3rd star from Bishops, it's the goaltender, Erica Gagnon. 2nd star with a couple of goals is Maude Pepin. And the 1st star of the game, also from Bishops, Justine Turcotte with the 2 goals as well.
It was a good game from the team in purple. They came here and have been one of the surprises of this RSEQ season. As we said, they won't be back here until the end of January. As we mentioned, Brianna and I won't be back here until next Friday. Brianna won't be here.
I will not be. You will not be hearing my voice on the broadcast next weekend. So for those of you who would like a break from hearing my voice, you got one. For those of you who are going to miss my voice, I apologize. I will be back the week after.
Ty McDonald will be here for a very special game against Julia Chu's Concordia Stingers. You can find your tickets online at ggs.com or on GG's social media at GG's on Twitter. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. We'll be back next weekend for more